During the third millennia, in a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover. As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them, as America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how, by refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
And I said, hey, oi, let's chop your penis off. Oi, can I have me penis back? Why do you have dreadlocks, you white oppressor?
Royce Lopez.
Always be aborting. A always be aborting. Always be aborting.
Breaking news.
Breaking news,
You're
guys.
hearing it only on our show first. Apparently Donald Trump has worked out a deal. He will get the wall. Unfortunately, it's going to be a rock climbing wall.
Oh, no! The other side's going to be a slide. You climb the wall up and you just
lands into a nice, clean, chlorinated pool. And then you immediately get a welfare check. Fucking A.
Oh, shit. He was a boy, he went to girl, now he wants to be a boy again.
Oh, God, just stay a girl if you're going to be this indecisive.
I think Caitlyn Jenner's a handsome woman with a great penis. Look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trannies. I just don't want to put that one's cock in my mouth.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast. Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time, here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce Lopez.
Well, we did it. We did it, folks. 84 days from the inception of our YouTube channel. We've hit 115,000 views, and we finally have hit 1,000 subscriptions. Woo! Oh, yay! I don't think any of the confetti got on camera.
No, it did over here, don't worry.
Okay, good.
It rained on me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are...
Now to get the confetti off the keyboard.
That's going to take a while to clean up. Yeah, that... We insisted that it was going to be an easy cleanup, and it was going to be no big deal. And I'm instantly regretting this decision.
I think we're wrong.
I think we were incorrect. Let me get
confetti
some
everywhere.
Off of my lap.
Confetti everywhere.
Great. It's all stuck in my mouse. Anyway, yeah, good to have you aboard, folks. Friday edition of Revenge of the Sis.
Too.
I think it's safe to say now. It's in your... Yeah, I've got it on my shorts. It's probably in your dick hole.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. Royce isn't circumcised, so it's probably all in his foreskin.
It's in my foreskin. Oh, it's on the board, too.
Great. Yeah, so I think we could officially say that we are now the fastest growing right-wing comedy podcast in the world.
In the world.
So, yeah, good to have everybody aboard. Coming off the heels of a lot of drama. Everybody was coming in hot today. I was actually, considering how terrible my financial situation and some other things I have going on, despite all the stress, I woke up in a relatively good mood today. But checked our Twitter, a lot of people coming in hot.
Coming in really hot.
Yeah, a couple people mad about our little video about based Fed man.
Base stick man.
Based Fed man. Kyle Chapman.
By the way, we sent him a message, and told him we give him a platform if he wanted to come on. So
he had an open invite. We gave him the phone number, told him the fucking deal. Because he did the whole, well, yeah, that was kind of unplanned. And I was like, all right, yeah, it was unplanned. However, I did reach out to you 2.5 months ago. try to get you on this program. Sent you 2 messages. Both of them read. None of them received any reply.
By the way, let that be a lesson to you guys, because a lot of people are like, I'm not going to go on that show. They're so small. You never know who's going to get big, and then you're going to fucking feel bad. Or you're going to be like, oh, what did you do? We did, but you were too big for us then. And now, guess what? We had to bump you. Sorry.
Yeah, and let's be honest, dude. It's if anybody watches the show knows, come on our show. We've been pretty good to anybody who comes on our show. We give them a platform.
Hey.
We talk to them.
You want your eyes to get gouged out? Because that's how your eyes get gouged out.
But that's my point. If you, and I pointed this out to Senor Chapman, if that is your real name, and
That's his real name.
yeah, it's his real name. But at least that's what all the felony warrants
Yes.
have the name as. But yeah, no, we invited him on the show. I told him the deal. I told
My
him
deal here, Wade.
that I reached out to him and Johnny Benitez months ago, and Johnny Benitez a little slow to get back to us, but quicker than fucking Kyle Chapman. He wanted to come on, so we let him come on. You could have come on, bro. You could still come on. Don't get fucking cute though, because it's not, you know. We made a video. You can check it out on YouTube. It's all about the situation. We interspliced maybe a couple of clips of Mr. Chapman in there.
Yes.
I'm sure some of his fans have been downvoting it. Oh, yeah, well, how about do a video about Johnny Benitez, expose him? The problem with that, and the problem that I see and the challenge that I would see trying to make a video that makes Johnny Benitez look like a douche is the fact Johnny Benitez isn't out producing such a gold mine of videos to intersplice. I don't have any videos of a drunken Johnny Benitez trying to gouge people's eyes out. If I did, oh, trust me, buddy, I'd be chopping up video tonight and having a good time with it. Because we're not biased here. We just do a comedy show. So
Yeah.
it's funny, and that video is very funny, so check it out. And then, Twitter, man. Today everybody's yelling at us. Fuck's everybody's problem.
Number one, first off, we're not fucking the pedophile hunters.
Yeah.
Like, can people stop with that?
Yeah. First of all,
We're a comedy show. A political comedy show, but a comedy show nonetheless.
Would that make a great show on USA Network coming
Yes.
up after Nazi Lawyer? Absolutely.
Of course.
But we don't have the time or the resources to chase down fucking massage parlors in the Hamptons.
Thank you.
So all you guys with the hashtags in all caps, I made it very clear on Twitter today. People who don't listen to this program, people who don't like or understand this program, people who don't get it's a comedy show, people who don't donate on Patreon or help out with our Discord or help us out in some way and be a fan, don't get to bark fucking marching orders at us.
Yeah. What was somebody asked you today? Dave, have you heard of Jeanette? You guys should get Jeanette McCurdy on.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Have you
Because-
watched any of our shows?
Because we've literally thought of that already. Thanks. I have been contacting fucking people who were key grips on all that. We've got that part covered. And stop trying to sick us on new cases. Like people are like, have you heard about this underground sex dungeon in Tijuana? We don't have we're not flying around like the guys in Criminal Minds on our own plane with fucking what's his face from Godfather Part 3. We don't have that kind of time. Fuck you! Like these people don't even listen to our goddamn show. We're not look. You guys are awesome. The people that listen, we know the names. We know you guys. I'm talking about Twitter. These people on Twitter that have heard a half a Dan Schneider bit, and now every day we're getting these fucking marching orders from people who don't listen to our show.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
And stop tagging us in everything.
How appropriate is today is National Take a Hike Day.
Yeah.
Tell you what, folks.
Take a hike.
There are some people who really need to take a hike. There are some people that are too serious. They don't get us.
By the way, that doesn't mean we still want to get Schneider. We're still working on it.
Yes.
But at this point, the ironic part is the people that are still going to do it because they're not going to listen to this show. They're just going to see the Snyder clip and they're going to send us another message. All right. Yeah.
Look, listen.
And something else I want to say.
You're going to... Okay.
We have a chat room, right?
Yes.
You guys are lucky we have a chat room, right? We have a super chat now. We're not going to use it because we're not dicks yet. However, can you guys fucking keep it civil and don't fucking tell on us? We don't care what you do in there, all right? I don't care, all right? As long as it's not spam, number one, as long as you're not fucking spamming, I don't care, all right? So
Yeah.
fucking be nice.
This is, look, this is like sort of like a comedy underground fight club.
There you go.
And it's, you can't join Underground Comedy Internet Fight Club if you can't take a couple licks to the face. So, look, if you start with our fucking fans, they're going to be very rabid. They're very insane people from around the world.
And
They're
that's
fucking nuts.
And that's a compliment.
My fans scare us every day. Our fans scare us every goddamn day.
Here's the thing. Like, we were thinking about giving you guys a name like all the other shows, but we're scared to. We're scared because we're scared of you.
No, they don't. If they want a name, they'll make one. But they don't. They don't. We listen. We don't control them.
No, not at all.
They do a lot of. They've done a lot to get us to 1,000 subs in very short time.
So thank you.
I don't know any show that started from scratch that got to 1,000 subs in less than 3 months.
We are shocked. Thank you.
So
also, we're going to be wearing Fred Perry shirts from now on because we know it makes base fed men angry. All right?
We're gonna wear Fred Perry double tipped shirts.
Yeah.
And just hanging out with our buddies, future Senator Augustus Invictus. Our point is we're too big for this shit. Okay, we don't have time for this job. We're big shots now. No.
Oh, we're nothing like that.
No. But in all seriousness, Pizzagate people, people that think this is a serious program, look, if you get mad, don't issue ultimatums at us. Don't. I have had women who drained the cum out of my penis on a nightly basis, who were hot, who were successful, who have threatened to leave me before, and I have held the door open for them. Don't ever issue an ultimatum and say, well, I'm unsubscribing or I'm leaving. We are not going to start policing our audience for one guy. It's not happening. And we are not going to fall into the same pitfalls as you Pizzagate weirdos. You know why you Pizzagate assholes can't get anything done? Because your fucking attention spans don't exist. Every time there's a subtle clue, you're like, oh, we got a new target. Like, calm down, organize, figure out a target, bring them down.
Yes.
Be smart about it. But stop jumping on every fucking so-called subtle hint. Oh, did you see the WikiLeaks? He asked for a fucking slice of pizza for lunch. A lot of people I pay for lunch.
And it bothers us because, even our police, by the way, another episode coming out, the police show, Revenge of the Sis police show.
Police cops.
There's an episode 2 coming out. Mike's writing it right now. But that's why it's like we did the whole Pizzagate thing as a fun joke. And you can't even do that because, like, see, they know it's real. Like, dude, it's a comedy show. For the love of God, all we want to do is, like Mike always said it best, the antidote for John Oliver and Samantha Bee. That's all we want to be, man. And we want to show that the people on the right can be funny without having, to call for bans of everything.
Yeah, and just stop looking for fucking symbolism and everything. And look, do I think that James Alefantis fucks kids? In my opinion, yes. I think he fucks kids. He looks very much and acts very much like a guy who fucks babies. That's my opinion.
Babies or kids? There's a difference.
I'm entitled to my opinion. What I don't think is that there's all these coded messages and they're all signaling man and they're all, look, they just use Discord just like you faggots are. It's the same shit. Stop it. Okay? Stop looking for this overarching interdimensional fucking pedophile conspiracy and just try to focus. Do we have a thing with Schneider? Yes. Are we going to continue to look into Schneider? Yes. Are you thinking of something we may not have thought of? Probably not. Let us do it, but stop trying to fucking send us off on these fucking missions. Not like, again, we're not talking about, look, if fucking Frozen Asian, you know what I mean, or Nick Smart or Garrett or one of these guys, one of these people that really, or Blackburn, somebody contributes to the show, said, look, just like Leaf has done many times, I've got this thing for you guys. I really feel passionate about it. I think you guys should look into it. We're very happy to do that stuff. If you just found us from a hashtag Pizzagate fucking psycho Reddit post, and now you think you don't contribute to the show, you don't donate, you don't buy a shirt, you don't tune in, you don't even listen to the show, the free show that we put out for you, but now you're going to fucking tell us what to do?
I know how to fix it. A Leftist Tears tumbler.
It's absolutely amazing. It's the most wonderful vessel you can drink liquids out of. It's great. It'll I don't know. It'll change your life. I don't know. I got nothing.
Okay, so
anyway, I didn't have notes. Jesus, Ben, you need a writer.
By the way,
look.
We love Ben Shapiro. However, that Leftist Tears thing, dude, corny AF, bro.
Let's do this. Ben. if you're watching,
And you're watching.
Listen, buddy, I've been doing this a long time, all right? Don't improv. It's not your thing. Don't try to be funny guy. Check it out, right? You're a Jew with a lot of money, right? I'm a broke, hilarious Irish comedian with not even enough money for cigarettes. Why don't we work this out? You want to shill your stupid mugs? Fucking kick homeboy. I guarantee I will write you 5 months worth of original jokes about your stupid fucking mug that will kill, that people will literally be writing on blogs like, Ben Shapiro's on fire lately. Don't improv. It's not your thing. Stick to crime, autistic statistics and stuff. Just stick to that shit.
We love him. I think he's one of the best debaters in the business. Yeah, but
Dude.
I don't like when the right does corny stuff because it makes us look
So
bad.
you don't like Steven Crowder?
Oh, I like Crowder. I have nothing against Crowder. There's some corny things that go on that I'm like, that's cornball, dude. I get it. 1 million subscribers. We have 1,000. I understand that we are way smaller. But there's some stuff where I'm like, I get it, dude. You're in shape. But if you keep wearing these tight sweater vests, come on, man.
I can't.
Like, you know what you're doing, right? Like, you're trying to be muscle guy, but not be muscle guy.
It's like, I feel like, and I'm not, this isn't even a knock. I'm being genuine from the bottom of my heart. I've watched Steven Crowder. Even Royce sometimes has been like, yeah, check out this Crowder clip. It's weird because I don't hate Steven Crowder. It's not like I watch a show and this is terrible. It's like watching nothing. It's the weirdest. It's just like, it's like eating cotton candy. You know what I mean? Like I just sit there and I eat it and it tastes all right.
But you never get full.
But I'm never full and I never am satisfied. That's how I feel about Crowder.
Yeah.
So I guess we're not getting on Crowder's show.
Whatever.
Who cares?
No, and I'm not even shitting. I did like what he did at with the Antifa and the whole weapon thing, and that was pretty cool. But maybe it'll happen to once. Maybe when you get so big, you kind of have to be cornball. Maybe think about that.
Fuck that. It's not
get
happening.
But you're right.
Will I say faggot less? Probably a lot less. But that's when I start going hot or cold tears left this mug. It's like the greatest thing to ever. I'll fucking quit first.
Okay, so I'm not saying that we have to sell. You misunderstood me. My point is that do you think, and let's be honest with ourselves and with our listeners, do you think this format that we have right now, which growing big, and do you think that we could ever reach 1 million subscribers with this format?
Goddamn right we could.
All right.
I think we could.
All right.
Well, I'll leave it up to the chat, but I think we.
I'm not saying that we can't, but my point is that because the pool of conservatives versus is you have to kind of be cornbally.
No, our culture, everything in culture and in politics and in sociology, it's all cyclical.
And Scientology, we're rarely mentioned of the ologies.
What we do, we as humans for thousands of years have just gone in a circle, and I think we're getting to be more reactionary again. And I don't think that the kids coming up today are really thrilled about the fucking sanitized shitstorm that fucking media is now. I don't think they like driving, going on their little spring break road trips and hearing the same goddamn radio station in every.
I have an idea. Faux brick wall behind us, neon beer signs. What do you think? Did the mic work? What do you think?
No, it works.
Okay, I didn't know if it's safe and down or.
Yeah, no, but I see us easily hitting 1 million. I see ever since we'll give credit where credit is due. It was Janet Jackson with her titty out, and our old boys Opie and Anthony with their Sex for Sam. It completely destroyed American media and comedy and all that shit. That's where the downfall started. But everything comes around in a circle, and I think this new generation does not want people being like, huh, am I right? Hey, let's all give it squeaky clean. I think Generation Z are saying really horrendous things to each other and joking around again, and I think we're going to bring them back.
Are you saying conservatism is the new counterculture?
I'm saying that the kids coming up now there's going to be some merging of like right wing, but degeneracy. And I think that they're going to like us.
Well, speaking of us, we do want to do more skits. The problem is every time we put time in the show, it takes time away from anything else, like to make money and things like that. So if you guys want to help us, we are not the merchant right. We have $86 a month coming in, so let's be honest. But patreon.com/we're not sorry. If 1,000 subscribers, everyone gave $1, we would be set. We want to do a lot more skits, funny skits. We want to do the Westeros InfoWars skit. We want to do more episodes of the Cop Show. There's a lot of writing. Mike is very, very good at writing stuff, and we really want to be able to do these things, but we need the resources.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I write better when I've got some booze in me.
He does, and Daddy hasn't been drinking.
Daddy has not been drinking.
No.
Daddy's been. Anybody who talks to me outside of the show and chat and stuff has seen lately. They're like, "You're just." I'm like, I know. I said I was gonna do that an hour ago.
Yep.
It's just I'm not. I'm a Steve Bannon man. Like Daddy's got to have some booze in him and be chain smoking, but I'll get the job done.
He will get the job done. That is 100% for sure. Or paypal.me/we're not sorry. It's another way to subscribe to donate before I forget. Let's move into some stuff. How about that? How about we talk about old Hillary Clinton?
Oh, I thought you were talking about old Susanna.
No, she has a better chance of being president. Hillary Clinton was on the very fair and balanced Mother Jones. And she did an interview with them.
Oh yeah, Mother Jones has been. I mean, a lot of people call them the BBC of the West.
Big black cock of the West. I agree.
All set?
We are
All set, Ari.
ready.
Mother Jones sits down with Hillary Clinton. Yeah, because she can't stand for too long.
And guys, do me a favor. Really try to edit this thing with a new age font. Let's really try to make this old ghoul look fucking hip.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hi, Secretary Clinton.
Hi,
Great to see
Ari.
you back in New York.
Oh, okay. This guy has low T. I'll tell you right now, just by looking at him. Look at the zits on his face.
Yeah, this guy, man. Ooh.
Junior recorder Ari Berman reporting for duty.
It's great to be here with you. Thanks.
Thank you for sitting.
Yeah, I bet you'd rather be there than the White House.
Dude, this guy actually looks like the Happy Merchant picture. Like this
Yeah,
isn't
he
even-
does from the side.
He looks like a young Judd Hirsch.
Down with Mother Jones.
I'm glad to.
So you write
By the way, a young Judd Hirsch doesn't exist.
By the way, I'd like to thank you for coming aboard, Miss Clinton. First question, why are you so beautiful? Second question, how great are banks? Are they not the greatest thing ever? Remember when they used to pay interest, but now they charge you monthly? I think that's great. Wonderful thing.
in your book that the impact of voter suppression didn't get enough attention in 2016. And there was one study
Voter suppression. Here we go.
that found that there were 1 million lost votes in the 2016 election.
This guy stares at the subject of his interview way too much. You notice that? He does not look away.
He's holding a manila folder.
But look at, he has not stopped stare. Like most people have that natural where you talk for a minute and you look away. Do you think, like he's just like, Miss Clinton, when you were first Secretary of State, how was it to be? Like, Jesus Christ, look away from me, kid. Your face is like a fucking, he's like a male Laurel Loomer. This
So
guy.
do you think voter suppression cost you the election?
I think it contributed to the outcome. I think in
Voter suppression contributed to the outcome. Not the fact that you're the worst candidate that's ever run for president, ever. But it was voter suppression now.
I can't stop looking at fucking Jewy McJewerton's face.
Don't
here.
worry. Look what they're going to voter suppression, then Russian interference, then election legitimacy.
This
Trump and Putin, 2018 and beyond.
This fucking guy looks, his face is shaped like one of those things on Easter Island.
a couple of places, most notably Wisconsin.
Where you didn't. What didn't you do in Wisconsin, Hillary? What didn't you do in Wisconsin, Hillary?
Yeah, what happened?
What happened in Wisconsin? What happened? What could have happened in Wisconsin?
Yeah, you didn't want to spend time with those loser cheeseheads in that flyover state shithole
It was voter suppression, though. It wasn't you not showing up.
at all.
You phony cunt. You look like you're wearing a light bright.
Say what you want about Donald Trump, but everybody's like, "Hey, you win," because he traveled around every goddamn minute of the day, shook every person's hand, and told them they were a winner.
Yep.
You know what? And that's how you get laid, and that's how you become president.
Yep.
You don't do it by getting drunk and screaming at Donna Brazil on the phone in the middle of the night. Give me the goddamn questions, you beep.
I think it had a dramatic impact on the outcome. But I also think that Wisconsin was the target for a lot of weaponized false information. And whatever role that played in conjunction with the suppression, so that some people stayed home, some people may have switched their vote away from me. But at the end of the day, the very clear policy of the Republican administration in Wisconsin to shrink the electorate and suppress votes certainly cost me votes and very well could have cost me the election there. We have
No self-awareness.
No, it's
You think it's no self-awareness?
yeah, but it's literally like, you know, I get to a point where people where I'm like, you're just pure evil. Fuck you. You need to die. But with her, I'm genuinely coming back full circle, and I'm like, is she mentally ill? Is this even fair to mock this woman at this point?
got to do much more, number one, to fight against these voter suppression techniques and gerrymandering, because they do go hand in hand. But we've got to figure out a way to help equip people who want to vote.
Have you
because
seen
if
the
we don't,
fucking
I'm
voter,
worried.
the
I'm worried
election
about
results
2018.
map? You fucking arrogant cunt. Oh, I hate this woman.
Because both some of our Senate incumbents are from states that have really turned the spigot against.
First of all,
Whoa!
hey.
Hispanic.
Yeah, seriously. This
Fucking racist, dude.
is exactly
I
why,
know you don't like Perez, the new guy running the DNC, but you don't have to call him that.
that's why not even Mexicans voted for you.
Yeah.
Listen, woman, stop making the presidential hand sign because you're never going to be president. Stop it. That is earned, lady. That is earned. Mm-hmm. We have 1,000 subs now, so I can do it. But you can't do it, ma'am.
Access to voting, and I just don't want to see us lose races that we could have won if we'd gotten people actually
Stop saying we.
I'm so
they
s-
don't want you to be part of it anymore, you dumb bitch.
I'm so sick of her hotel blackout curtain outfits.
to vote.
So you mentioned weaponized disinformation. I want
Right.
to ask you about that because this
Yeah.
obviously relates to voter suppression.
Right.
What impact do you think Russian interference had in the election?
I think it was one of the major contributors to the outcome.
Uranium won. Won. Uranium won. So let's not talk about Russia, sweetie, because Jeff Sessions looking like he's coming right after you. So why don't you calm the fuck down?
Yeah, well, dude, I'd pay to see her reaction the night of, because I'm sure you blamed all these things too, but I want to hear how you said it when you didn't have Mother Jones fucking Mr. Happy Merchant picture here helping you out. God, he's gross looking.
Propaganda works. Advertising works.
Yeah, Hillary is pretty gross.
It's a form of propaganda. So the Russians may have started out a little heavy-handed and clumsy about it, but they were clearly getting guided as to where to target a lot of their fraudulent claims and their phony news.
You are the
and
most.
I say,
They're phony news. She won't say fake news because Trump had took the word. Remember,
literally
the
took that.
left came
That
up
was
with
their
fake
thing.
news. Trump took it from them and said, "My word now."
How can you claim to not be cucks when Trump regularly makes a cuck out of you? And it's not just Trump, it's the alt-right. We took Pepe from you. They take so many things from you. And then every time the left goes, watch this, we just take it away. And then you
This
guys
is mine now.
And in your own self-righteous horse shit, all it takes is one tweet from a Richard Spencer with this meme, and then they're like, well, we can't use it anymore. Well, that's your rules.
Remember
It's ours
hashtag
now.
Thank you Hillary, and we took that away too.
You idiot. Look, you fucking idiots are now, you said milk was racist. Now you're saying bottled water is racist. I'm telling you now, you're going to have no hydration, no bone density, and you're just going to crumble away like the fucking malnourished cunts that you are.
Cursive Valkyrie in the chat says bottled water nationalism.
say that because it also, you have to talk about it in conjunction.
We will not be dehydrated. We will not be dehydrated. We will. Okay, we got it.
Oh, fuck.
It's the theft of the DNC emails and John Podesta's emails, and then the weaponization.
And his lifestyle. That's how you joke about Pizzagate.
of those. It was, oh my gosh.
Wait. You forgot to do it. Hashtag Pizzagate.
Oh, sorry.
Hashtag Gray State.
Yeah. Hashtag Peter Wood.
Podesta mentions the word pizza. That's code for Hillary Clinton and John Podesta running a child trafficking ring.
I get that it might not have been real, but boy, does it sound real.
Yeah, no. I was more concerned with the Clinton Foundation woman who was arrested for trafficking Haitian children.
Yeah.
That was the thing I was concerned about.
I was concerned about someone named Seth Rich dying under mysterious circumstances.
Yeah, I was worried about your campaign chief smearing his blood and cum on the walls in some fucking weird ceremony.
Sorry about that. That's me. I got to mute that shit. My bad. Thank you, Mitch, for ruining the show by deciding to message me now.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
So, and he was him sending him. It was, and now I feel bad. Now I have to put up what he sent. He was actually doing work for the show.
Oh, thanks, Mitch.
He made a brick wall with a neon sign behind our logo.
No, he didn't.
I swear to God,
what
I'm
a cunt.
I'm trying to open it up right now. I'm trying to open it up right now. I feel like a dick now. God damn it, Mitch! You fucking dick!
I want to see this so
I'm
bad.
trying to open it.
Do you make us a louder or crowder background?
I think so. Here, I just sent it to you.
Can we now fucking... Oh, fuck. Can we now have a...
Oh, I hate you! I hate you! I fucking
And it's
hate you!
fucking Comic Sans. I hate
It
him.
looks good, too. It's the worst part.
I hate your guts. You know what the worst part about Mitch is? He'll make something terrible and embarrassing, but he makes it such high quality that we have to share it.
I hate him!
The worst human being.
Thank you, Mitch. That's actually fucking hilarious. It is very funny.
Yes.
That is very funny. All right, there you go. So new background for the rest of this show. Back to
no.
back to Shillery.
Why?
Oh, this is more disgusting. These two talking.
People
Back to the
believe
neon
that
sign.
stuff, Ari. And why? Because they saw it on the internet. And so this was a very successful disinformation
You know what they didn't see in Wisconsin? You. That's why you lost.
campaign.
I want to,
So
dude,
between the
honestly, Hillary's outfits are the worst. I just want to dig in her torso for coins.
Does it bother you that Mother Jones' studio is worse than ours?
No, it makes me feel great.
Wow,
actually.
it's a bad studio.
That is pathetic.
Jesus, at least we have a couch in here.
You should be
Fuck.
ashamed of yourself. That place is worse than Eric Andre's studio.
And he does it on purpose.
He does it in an abandoned bodega.
Republican voter suppression you talked about and Russian interference. Do you think it was a legitimate election?
I think that there are lots of questions about its legitimacy. and
you.
We don't have a method for contesting that in our system.
No, you do.
That's why I've
No, you do. Because your fucking buddy Gore did it fucking years ago with
Yep.
Bush. Bush v. Gore. So guess what, faggot? Yeah, you could do it. Problem is, you would have fucking embarrassed yourself 2 times.
And you might have lost the popular vote when you get all the illegals out of there.
Yeah, and that's what would have happened. She would have double lost. You'd look
Yeah.
like a fucking... The reason you didn't fucking sue was so that you could always have this fucking thing to bitch about and write books about.
Yep.
What happened?
long advocated for an independent commission to get to the bottom of what happened. Because look, this is the first time we've ever been attacked by a foreign adversary, and then they suffer no real consequences. And so I'm worried that we're not learning all the lessons. It's one of the reasons why I wrote the book.
Plugging the book. All right, let's hear Shillery.
Because I wanted people at least to understand what I saw as the
You don't have enough money, bitch?
Yeah,
You didn't launder enough money out of the Clinton Foundation?
Yeah, your fucking husband didn't run enough cocaine through Arkansas.
You don't have
allegedly?
enough private jets?
Yeah. What happened?
She was for the people, though. That's why she should have won.
What happened?
Factors,
Goldman Sachs
including,
money
you know-
run out?
Yeah, what's going on?
Spend too much money on extra houses that you didn't need? Stupid bitch. You gonna sublet that house out now to Trump's people?
Dumb bitch.
Oh, shit.
shortcomings of myself and my campaign. But the forces at work outside my campaign are not going away. Somebody else is going to be running for Congress or governor or
President. Say it. It hurts her to say it. President.
eventually president. We've got to know
Oh, shit.
Ooh, good freeze frame.
how to protect ourselves.
So you have a lot of questions about the legitimacy of the election.
I do, sure, because I think as we learn more about it, we know that the web of connections between people on Trump's team and Russian.
How does she have the balls?
Bro, Russian hackers, you don't get it.
How does she have the balls to talk about Russia after 2012? There was gag orders put on people because of the shit she did with old Barry.
You're not getting it.
Representative.
Russian hackers
And misogyny.
And women didn't come out and vote for her.
No, women did come out. They just didn't vote for her.
Well, that's the problem.
They voted for Trump
Because
instead.
they hate women.
But they're women.
They're self-hating women, I guess.
Oh. Goddamn Wisconsin.
Just gets more and more dense. Certainly the Trump.
You know what's getting more and more dense? You.
You're not.
You fucking idiot.
You're not getting it, lady.
She really doesn't get it.
You're not getting it, lady. We don't want you here.
Trump administration has no interest in finding out the truth. They're allergic to the truth in a lot of settings, so they're certainly going to be.
Like when you were fucking Secretary of State and you got an ambassador killed and a bunch of fucking special forces guys. Oh, I hate this bitch.
To be fair, she has antihistamines. That's why she's not allergic to the lies.
trying to do everything they can to prevent it from coming out here. But Republicans need to understand that this can turn on them as well.
What's turning? If you guys did nothing wrong,
The only thing that's turning around is the economy, you stupid bitch.
yeah. What are you talking about? Unemployment is at a record low. Record low.
This fucking every time they say there's going to be a stock market bubble, it goes up another 100 points.
I may have been the primary victim, but there were other Democrats.
She still thinks she's a victim. That's the part that, like,
As
No, you know who are victims, Hillary? Seth Rich, Vince Foster,
Haitians,
fucking all the women your husband supposedly raped. Like them.
covered who were also caught up in some of the, stolen emails and the kinds of weaponized information attacks. We're all at risk if we allow a foreign power to, insinuate itself into our election
like you did with the Ukraine.
and begin to affect how voters think. And I hope that Republicans will understand their responsibility is to our country first and party second.
Says the person who completely rigged her party against another candidate.
She's enraging, dude. I can't justify this.
You know what she looks like? Remember when they opened the Ark in Indiana Jones?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she looks like.
She opened it up.
Yeah.
One more question about Russia. So you
good. More Russia questions, because that hasn't been covered enough.
Oh, this sandwich is kosher there. I need to know.
You know what I would do if I owned a restaurant in Manhattan?
When
let's say,
you own a restaurant in Manhattan, put
Someday.
it out in the universe.
That would be the last goal I'd ever have in life. You want to talk about the stupidest business plan ever? Open up a fucking low margin, high cost
themed
restaurant. Yeah, something where you also have to pay franchise fees.
Correct.
Yeah, no, don't ever.
I'm going to open up a Fuddruckers in
bar.
Times Square.
But no, if I owned a restaurant in Manhattan that was near like the Time Warner Center, like anywhere near CNN, I would have at the top of my menu a nothing burger. That would be what it's called. CNN nothing burger. And it would be some kind of black and blue burger, but it would just be like a real pump.
A vegan burger. It would be a vegan burger.
Yeah, soy burger.
A nothing burger. Enjoy.
Donald Trump, Putin's puppet, famously
I did.
in a presidential debate.
From everything I see, has no respect for this person.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United
puppet,
States.
no puppet.
And
Do you still think
By the way, don't pull the debates because he crushed you in those too.
Yeah, dude.
You'd be in jail.
A lot of people.
That's my favorite.
A lot of people have tracked the moment that Trump started winning this election was when he said, yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Yep.
That was when people were kind of like, okay, this motherfucker, he's a cheeky fuck. Oh,
Putin's
man.
puppet?
I do. I don't know how the
To
president.
lose. That was almost worth breaking out another confetti thing. We're
I
not
was
going
thinking that.
to.
It's downstairs.
Not going to.
It's a mess
but,
here. There's
yeah.
a confetti everywhere.
God damn, that was good. Sometimes we hit the same line and it's not planned.
No, it was not.
That was fucking good.
President of the United States with all of the concerns about the integrity of our elections,
I think the integrity of our
Could-
elections held up pretty good. You
Yeah.
tried to rig it, and the system revolted.
They fucking
And
said
they
nope.
elected an orange TV steak salesman instead of you.
I'm gonna say it. Cheeto dust. Still president.
would meet with Putin just recently.
I'm starting to feel
and
like
basi-
like one of those terrible mid-card WWE
Yes.
guys, like Enzo Amore, that has to come out every week and do that road dog thing. Ugh.
Yeah, so bad.
After like I've done comedy, dude. Trust me. After a week of doing the same bit, you're like, you're at the hotel drinking, like just looking at a gun. Like I'll kill myself. It's fine.
basically say, well, he told me again he didn't do it. I can't believe that he's so naive. I think that he hopes or expects the rest of us to be naive, or at least the people who support him to be naive. Clearly, his relationship with, or his dependence on, or his worries about Putin personally outweigh his responsibilities to our country. And
Can I just say something, Hillary? Mm-hmm. This might be the worst Mother Jones segment, I think, ever.
Yeah. Imagine this Boris president for 4 years. Can
Oh
you
my
imagine
God.
that?
What? This is horseshit. This is terrible. I hate her.
and his duty to execute laws.
Election day 2017 was a very good night for Democrats.
Right.
Kind of what some people were hoping
It
for.
wasn't that great. You lost the Republicans lost a state they were going to lose anyway.
Yeah.
So what are you talking
Nobody
about?
thought we were getting Virginia.
Yeah.
Nobody was pro running over Muslim kids.
No.
in 2016.
Yes.
Do you have any predictions for 2018?
My
I'll
hope
be dead.
is, and it's not yet a prediction, but my hope is that we will continue the momentum and have the energy that we saw.
What
but it won't-
momentum?
There is no momentum. You're going to lose.
That is like watching a plane in the ocean in pieces on fire and going, well, I hope that plane keeps up its momentum.
Oh, I put the wrong one up. I forgot. I have to keep this one up. Fucking Mitch. Well, here's something you should know. New York Times. Bill Clinton should have resigned over Lewinsky affair. Kristen Gillibrand says.
Yup. Nah, they're throwing old homeboy under the bus. This is
They
what
waited until after the election to throw Bill under the bus.
Politicians are like racehorses. Like, once you've outlived your usefulness, they take you out to the fucking glue factory. And they're now taking Bill Clinton to the glue factory.
You mean the husband of the lady who we were just watching?
Yes.
Okay. Senator Kristen Gillibrand, Democrat of New York. What a surprise!
She's the worst.
Who holds Hillary Clinton's former seat, said on Thursday that Bill Clinton should have resigned the presidency after his inappropriate relationship with an intern came to light 20 years ago. Here's what's happening. Here's what the New York Times are doing and the Democrats are doing. They're trying to, because they think that everyone's stupid, and people aren't, as we've noticed now, but they're trying to position themselves in a way so now they could go, Trump should resign because of this. And then when they say Bill did, and they go, yeah, but we just said Bill should have.
Yeah.
It doesn't count now.
Yeah,
It counted. It counted when he was being impeached. The New York Times did not write an article that he should be impeached. There was no Democrat saying he should be impeached. All right? So now you don't get to fucking come out.
You don't get to call yourself self-policing now.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
I'll tell you what, we'll make it even. We promise we'll condemn Trump too in fucking 20 years. After he's
Yeah.
had 2 terms, and then after Ivanka runs and gets 2 terms. Then we'll go, hey, you know what? That was wrong.
Yeah.
Pussy grabbing thing was horrible.
Yeah.
And we'll take old fucking Trump to the glue factory.
And how's Ivanka going to be president? You know she is. I mean, look at that
her.
ass.
Look at her. Wow.
Asked directly if she believed Mr. Clinton should have stepped down at the time, Ms. Gillibrand took a long pause and said, yes, I think it's the appropriate response. Because you can't say no, because what Bill did is way worse than these fucking accusations, which, by the way, none of them have held up against Trump. They really haven't. I mean, if they do, don't get me wrong.
One
We're
chick
honest.
got $500,000 to make up some shit. One of them worked for Hillary's campaign. It was ridiculously transparent.
Things have changed today, and I think under those circumstances, there should be very different reaction. Mrs. Gillibrand said, I think in light of this conversation, we should have a very different conversation about President Trump and a very different conversation about allegations against him. A spokesman later said that Mrs. Gillibrand was trying to underscore that Mr. Clinton's actions, had they happened in the current era, should have compelled them to resign. Oh! No, because back in the crazy days of the 1990s, like they're acting like this was in the fucking 20s.
Look, guys, you got to remember back in the 90s, it was a free for all. I mean, slavery was still legal.
No,
and
it
I
wasn't.
mean, it was pretty much like, I remember, see, I came from a
women
family.
could already vote, unfortunately.
See, I grew up on a copper mine, and my family were sharecroppers in that copper mine. It was terrible too, because the soil around a copper mine is terrible for crops.
I was a farmer in Gaffney, Virginia.
We were very, very dumb Irish people. We're not good farmers, as the potato famine will show you.
Mrs. Gillibrand, who has a long-standing ties to the Clinton and doesn't want to be killed, I added that, is the highest profile elected Democratic official to say that Mr. Clinton should have stepped down as a result of his affair. Miss Gillibrand's remarks, Miss figures, remarks came during an interview for the New York Times podcast. Oh, good. They have a podcast.
And I just want to send my condolences out to Miss Gillibrand for her future seizure that she has suddenly in the middle of the night.
Getting robbed. The new where they leave your watch, your phone, and your wallet. The New Washington, which will air on Saturday, they came hours after Senator Al Franken, Democrat of Minnesota, apologized for groping. A really bad apology for groping. Groping a radio host without the consent during USO tour 2006. 2 years before he was elected, Mr. Franken is now facing demands of an ethics investigation. It's very disturbing, but yeah, that's right. You could take Roy Moore. He's a piece of shit. No problem. Franken's going down too, though. That's the problem, and I said it when this Roy Moore thing was happening. I go, the dominoes are going to fall. I said it before the Franken thing came out. I said, the dominoes are going to fall, and both sides are going down. That's what's going to happen. You're going to get a bunch of young senators in there.
And I've been saying it, dude. It's going to be fucking not just that. It's going to be the Democrats, Republicans. It's in media now. It's in Hollywood. You're all going down, dude.
What the Me Too movement has done transforms the debate, Ms. Gillibrand said. I think because when you have hundreds of thousands of people coming out every day about all the industry saying this is what happened to me, I think a lot of people finally realize, wow, I didn't quite realize this. By the way, I came up with the Me Too movement, but not many people know that it had to do with taking the biggest dump. And I did Me Too, and then women took it over, and that's fine. As Frank Reynolds says, you guys think I'm a hero, and I'll accept that.
I'll accept that.
Okay? So, yeah, they're throwing old Billy Boy under the bussy poo.
Bill Clinton. We
Yeah.
love Clinton. Such a gentleman. Such a dapper gentleman.
Well, I'm Bill, and I'm Bill. Hey, Mike, Washington Post. Just don't call what's happening in Zimbabwe a coup.
Oh, no, it's definitely not a coup.
The fucking soldier got on live TV. Got on live TV on news and said, this is not a coup.
Which is but obviously, I've been trying to tell you, it's not a coup. Case closed. The guy on TV said it. In the army uniform.
Oh, this name. This is why you make me read everything. Kazaji Zivanashi, a Zimbabwean journalist, is the co-founder of the new website Spiked. Zimbabwe is a different place on Wednesday morning. The nation woke up to news that the army had taken control. Sorry. The military announced on state TV and radios, carefully avoiding the words house arrest, that had placed President Robert Mugabe and his family under its protection, stressing that it had guaranteed their safety. Yeah, house arrest. If you had to ask me 3 days ago, I would have said that Grace Mugabe was going to be the president of this nation. Musa Das Dodo, a young Zimbabwean, told me.
Well, can we call them Rhodesians, please?
Sure. Now I think we're at a tipping point. Nothing will ever be the same. You know what we should do, Mike?
Make Zimbabwe Rhodesia again?
This is what we should do. Thank you, by the way, everyone in the UK, that your taxes are paying for a BBC Pigeon.
I
Now,
just pulled that up, too.
Do you want to explain what BBC Pigeon is?
So
for people that don't know, because some people don't know.
Sure. So Pidgin, I guess, is some sort of a Caribbean or African dialect that is, I guess, very close akin to how a Jamaican would sound. Although if you were to go to Jamaica, I think most Jamaicans are regular English and they speak it a certain way.
Yeah, but BBC is a regular company where they make their own money and they pay for this, right?
Not exactly.
How does this work? Who pays for this, Mike?
Well, the UK taxpayer actually
Really?
Contributes to BBC. Yes,
This is the BBC. This is not a coup. We need your money for BBC Pigeon.
So you do, it's like BBC is essentially like PBS, except you get no choice and you have to pay for it.
We should probably read this, right? Do you? Who wants to start?
You want me to do the pigeon version?
Well, you do. We'll go back and forth. You can go ahead.
Now, I'm only going to read this. I'm only going to say Zimbabwe because I'm reading it in pigeon. Otherwise, I would call it Rhodesia.
Okay.
But we're going to do this article here. All right. The headline is Zimbabwe. Army done hold Robert Mugabe for house arrest. Here we go. Zimbabwe military done put Robert Mugabe under house arrest for the capital Harare. Now South African American President Jacob Zuma talk. Mugabe tell Zuma that when them talk on the phone, he said they fine. Now waiting on the African president office talk.
Soldiers, they patrol the capital. Hurry after them seizure the state TV. One senior officer told Zimbabwe he a bumbleclot military. Don't take mouth read statement on the country. Deo. National broadcaster we ZBC had a red stripe. Them say, them don't take action to target criminals.
And then Major General and Party Boy S.B. Moyo, Chief of Staff Logistics, still say the branch say there's no military takeover of government, man. But, but one former advisor, Zimbabwe opposition leader Morgan Savagani, he don't tell the BBC say I'm a no believe the military, as them say them no coup.
Them not decide to call a coup. Row the boat, because them no say a coup. No, they sell them, people go condemn them. Now what Alex Mazza said, but as far as authority they're concerned, everything I read. President Mugabe, not just president for name, and real power they hand in the military. We just been demonetized, man.
Good news is we are now getting money from the UK taxpayers, so
That's
it's
good.
gonna balance out.
Thanks.
Now heavy shooting artillery. Now I'm people here. And for the northern side of the capital, Harare, early on the Wednesday. Bada bang, bing, 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 bong.
As soon as we do this, our mission, we expect the situation record to normal. Dale, these are stopping 93-year-old president. He a bumbleclot. I'm filing their safe. The security card they guarantee.
Somebody should be playing really terrible, like a rock steady beat on guitar right now. So you guys get it. It's not a coup. Everybody relax.
It seems, Mike, it seems like a coup.
Guys, relax. Zimbabwe is still in the rapid, precipitous decline it has always been in. Don't worry. It's still a terrible place to live. You know, Zimbabwe is one of the few places in the world where a coup would help them right now. It's like Venezuela. You can't get any worse. Knock the fucking chessboard over and start over. Mugabe's a piece of garbage. He ruined that country. Rhodesia was the breadbasket of Africa. Fuck, man.
Now, coming up next, Hotel Rwanda.
All right, before we go to commercial, because I got to show this for everybody.
Okay.
Cholita Kakistania did order one of these.
Okay.
I do have a Guns for Tards letter on this letterhead in our really awesome packages available for you. I'm making hers after the show. So if you're watching, darling, I got it ready. If you guys want us to send one of those, I also have Tard pictures.
Yes, he does.
I don't know where they are, but I have fake pictures of fake retarded people brandishing firearms. So if you want to fuck with some leftists, our shit is way more fun than Ben
really
Shapiro's. Because at least you can make some fucking academic professor spurg out. Basically, they get a letter that tells them that a donation was made in their name to help arm the mentally handicapped in their neighborhoods. And it comes off very convincing. And in today's age, it really doesn't seem not real. People think it's real. So if you guys want, you can go to gunsfortards.com. You'll hear the commercial during the break.
And we're going to break right now. When we come back, we're going to have Blake Luca on. Stay where you are, everybody.
Orlando, Florida, a city known for its theme parks and resorts. But peace is threatened as a wave of crime has turned this once beautiful vacation destination into a haven for gangs, thugs, and terrorists.
I need backup. Home nightclub. Shots fired. Shots fired.
When an LGBT hotspot is shot up and dozens are killed, 2 detectives may be this city's only hope to unravel a conspiracy of corruption that goes all the way to the nation's most powerful elite.
This is Grizzly.
Hey, Lopez. Look, it's called Pulse Nightclub. Hey, I bet
Don't. Seriously, dude, just don't. Not now.
When the city finds itself gripped with fear and under attack, Mersch and Lopez keep a cool head as they attempt to unravel the mystery.
I believe these men were targeted simply because they were homosexual. This is a hate crime.
Gross.
It is gross, partner. Targeting people out of hate like that?
No, I meant the gay stuff. It's pretty gross.
These 2 no-nonsense cops are about to find themselves dragged into a world of political intrigue and international terrorism, and they may be the only hope to save the world.
I got a morgue full of dead bodies with neon mesh tank tops, a dead suspect, and no motive. The mayor is on my ass.
There's more to this case than we're seeing, LT. I think it's terrorism.
I agree with Lopez, Chief. It's definitely terrorism. We're dealing with a bigger fish here.
As they uncover clues with their incomparable police cop work, Mersch and Lopez get closer to the real masterminds.
Seems like Mateen's phone had some kind of encryption software. It bricked itself.
Damn. So we're screwed, huh?
Well, I managed to get one file off the phone. GPS coordinates that lead to Washington, D.C.
Comet Ping Pong Pizza. Never heard of it.
Feel like grabbing a slice, partner?
Yeah, a slice
Of justice. Yeah, I know. You say it every time.
Yeah, it's kind of my thing.
Yeah, cool. Can leaving now be our thing? Because it's a long drive to D.C.
Coming up next week, Orlando's best detectives are still trying to get to the truth behind the deadliest attack in their city's history. Mersch and Lopez follow a lead that takes them all the way to the nation's capital. But will their case be derailed as they discover a child sex trafficking ring inside of a pizza place? Find out next week on an all-new Revenge of the Sis, Mondays at 4, followed by an all-new Nazi lawyer, only on USA Network. USA, what are you gonna do, watch TBS?
Hey guys, it's Mersch and Royce here, and we would like to take a moment to shill like the unprincipled whores that we are. Thank you all for making Revenge of the Sis one of the fastest growing podcasts out there. Having such outspoken, passionate fans spreading the word about our show makes the work that we do that much more rewarding.
You can help us continue growing by doing the following things. Become a direct contributor by going to patreon.com/we're not sorry. You can choose a one-time donation or recurring one. Every penny helps. It helps us produce quality programming we bring you every week. Also, please subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, and make sure you leave a review on iTunes. All 3 of these things are extremely important and help us in the court of public perception. And most importantly, tell a friend about Revenge of the Sis. Sure, you probably can't tell your normie boss or your significant other's blue-pilled mom, but everyone knows a person who would like our show. Tell that person about us and help us make a new fan. Seriously, don't be a dick, get us some clicks.
And please follow our wonderful friends at Facebook, the Mad American Network, the Unapologetic Canadian, Social Justice Warriors, and you can always find us hanging out in the Space Right group on Facebook. Once again, from the bottom of our cold black hearts, thank you for supporting us and making this such an amazing experience.
In a world where our very way of life seems to be under attack from all sides, and our freedoms are slowly being ripped away, Guns for Tards is fighting the good fight to help protect America from its enemies by advocating Second Amendment rights for our nation's most vulnerable and often overlooked citizens, the mentally challenged. Our founding fathers believed that a well-armed, trained, and educated citizenry was the key to a free and prosperous society. But Meatloaf also said 2 out of 3 ain't bad. We believe that Tards are our second to last line of defense against ISIS, and we at Guns for Tards aim to provide the means and the programs to give proper training and resources to Tards in your area, helping to make the country a safer place. There are over 40 million mentally challenged Americans living today, and by 2020, we plan to arm at least 10% of them. We want to get as many guns in the hands of as many Tards as we can. But we won't be able to do it without your help. So please, pledge your help today. Armatard. It's not that hard. Go to www.gunsfortards.com for more information, or follow us on Facebook or Twitter by searching for Guns for Tards.
Gunsfortards.com. Gunsfortards.com. Extra rounds for folks with downs, helping to protect your town. Gunsfortards.com.
The Cousin Joe Show.
And I'm sitting in the chair. He did the barber cock touch.
What the fuck?
This is what it is.
Dude, where are you going to get your hair cut?
Listen to me.
Where are you going?
See how I'm sitting right now?
Yeah, I do.
Where are my elbows?
Outside the... Oh!
They always go around the side, and where the height of my elbow is always their dick. He reaches in, and his cock touches my elbow. And the thing is, like, I can't immediately jerk away because that looks like...
You know you touched it.
Right, I'm acknowledging a cock touch. So instead, I just leave it there and let him rub his dick on my elbow.
Dude! Did he go back and forth?
That's when you could tell.
Did he go back and forth ever, like, fast?
Not fast. I wonder if guys do play games or get the barber hard. Kind of wiggle their elbow.
Nobody does that, Joe. Nobody does that.
Well, weird faggots. Who knows?
You're fucking weird.
Saying.
Tune in to the Cousin Joe Show live Thursday nights 7 to 10 on More Like Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We can make him better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster. A new night, a new time. The Sully Show returns to More Like Radio. Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern before Dutch and Royce. Tuesday nights will never be the same.
All right, here's your last question. What was the cause of the Civil War?
Actually, there were numerous causes. Aside from the obvious schism between abolitionists and anti-abolitionists, economic factors, both domestic and international, played a significant...
Yeah. Just say slavery.
Slavery it is, sir.
Yes, I am a citizen. Now, which way to the welfare office?
What?
I'm kidding. I work.
Second hour, Revenge of the Sis. Thanks for subscribing. We appreciate it, and hitting the bell. Now we just shot up way past 1,000 just during the show.
But
Thank
you can still subscribe if you didn't. We still want to keep going.
The next goal is, what's our next goal for the confetti?
25.
Okay, 2,500 confetti pops back out.
Yeah,
all right?
because we don't want to do that very often because it's messy.
It's really messy.
This is going to take. We promised it wouldn't make a mess in the house, and I noticed we tracked it all over. Like, like I had to keep picking up pieces before anybody saw.
So
yeah.
Welcome back.
Second hour, we're going to be joined in just a moment by Blake Luca. He's one of the hosts of Wolfman's Entertainment and Activism on the Right Stuff, the rightstuff.biz. He's one of Enix dudes. But
hey Blake, we got you.
Hey guys,
what's up?
What's up, dude?
What's going on, man? How did your situation go today? Your meeting?
It was 10 minutes and it was done, so I'm scared.
Nice. You didn't start like just jumping right into the JQ stuff at your job interview, did you? It's usually bad.
Well, that's the first thing I always do, and I see their reaction, and then I start complaining about black people.
Okay, good. Now I want to give you a little bit of advice. I've had a lot of jobs in my life. I've nailed a lot of interviews. Never open with that.
Yeah, it's probably not great.
Just save it for put it in the middle and sandwich it in between two more upbeat topics, and then maybe.
Well, normally I would start off with "There Goes the Neighborhood," but I just felt there was too many the Afro-descendant people to be there to start with that one.
That's probably the best thing. So tell us about your show. How long have you been doing it, man?
How long have I been doing it? I think I started it in like August, early August, late July. Okay. So it's not very old at all. The show's about activism and entertainment. I study and I, talk about music. I talk about books. I talk about history. I'm trying to build a culture around nationalism, whether it be more of the milquetoast civic nationalism or, 1488, all that jazz before I get you banned on YouTube.
Well, no, it's okay. No,
as long as you don't start fucking dropping K-bombs rapid fire like
by the way,
right.
it's not really going to be a great way to unite people when you call civic nationalism milquetoast. Hey, if this is no wonder they're not going to hire you if that's how you start things.
No.
Yeah.
To his defense,
Yeah.
he did say. I'll give him credit for saying milquetoast nationalism, civic nationalism, as opposed to alt-light cucks. Because if I hear that one more time, I'm gonna scream. At least he said it in his own fucking way. He didn't go, all right, cucks, cuckity cuck. But yes. So what is your feeling about that? Now, you did say milquetoast, so you do. You're probably the most hard right of our friends in the.
Well, here's my feelings on it. Like, it doesn't matter if America becomes 90% white and turns to more of a constitutionalist thing. So I guess you could say I'm borderline civic. I just I enjoy my Northwestern European roots, and I would kind of like it to be sort of returned to many aspects of that.
Yeah, okay, but here's a question I have for you. Just a real quick question. I hear what you're saying. I really do. What about me, though? I'm Cuban. Everyone from my family literally came from Cuba. Like, everybody. I mean, both sides. So it's not even like, I'm kind of Cuban. Like, I'm really Cuban.
Yeah, they're really Cuban people.
So what about me? I mean, I'm a conservative. I'm going to probably vote like you want. Like, probably pretty close to what you're going to vote like. I mean, unless, you're going to vote for Roy Moore. But, so what do you say to people like me?
It's like America has always been like 85% white, 80 to 90% white. Anything else other than that, as long as the minority population doesn't create, I think it's like 15% of the population, stability is normally maintained.
So you just want a race? You want a good quota? Is that we're gonna count?
Well, then you're gonna hate South Florida, dude.
Are we gonna have to count our beaners now?
Yeah, you're gonna hate South Florida. You're gonna hate Orlando. The thing is with that is like this is where I get lost with stuff like that because I would rather have a bunch of. I don't really fucking care about heritage. Who gives a shit? Like, it's where you're fucking. Would happen to be where your dad dumped the load on your mom. Like, people, in my opinion, make this race thing out to be like, well, my European roots. Shut the fuck up. You're not a Viking now. Like, not you. I'm not talking to you, Blake. I'm saying, in general. You're not a Viking now. Like, oh, you want to go back to raping and pillaging and wearing horn hats, which they didn't actually wear horn hats.
That does sound pretty cool.
No, I get it. But my point is like I would rather have a bunch of different people agree with basic, conservative values and stuff like that than putting statistics on how many white people. The problem is keeping that number up is the only way you could keep that number up is if you tell fucking white dudes that like thick chicks not to go out with them. It's not going to happen. Like
from experience, I'll tell you it's not going to happen.
There's always been a minority population. As for like soft admixture, I mean, you can't really fight it a whole lot. It's the simple amount of how many people are here that way.
But
if that makes sense.
Now I understand. I know about the 1790 Naturalization Act and all that stuff, and how they tried to keep it predominantly white and all that stuff. But other than we had a connection to Europe when we first got here. We were a colony. We rebelled. We created our own thing. Where does this idea that the identity of America is inherently white? Because I grew up on Long Island. I grew up in New York. I always found people, for instance, like Guidos that got the blowout haircuts. They're all Jersey Shore. And they had like their fucking Italian flag T-shirts. And they'd be like, yeah, bro, I'm Italian. And I'd be like, if you went to Sicily, you'd be a fucking joke. You'd be clown shoes. They would mock you.
Well, okay.
Our identity is inherently American. I don't think it's like, I'm not Irish. I can't go to fucking Ireland now and be like, oh, back on, let's have a drink, eh? They'd go, get out.
No, and you know what? And I'm Cuban. Sunny. I'm Cuban. I say I'm Cuban, but that's a good point. I'm American. If I'm second generation Cuban, if I go to Cuba now, they'd be like, who's this fucking pendejo. Get the fuck out of here.
Or even worse, some college kid with a
Yeah.
J shirt,
Exactly.
walking around, not even
Exactly.
realizing,
Not even
like,
realizing
I will
how
kill this
stupid
guy.
he is.
He
Yeah.
killed my grandmother. I will kill this person.
And it's that's what's like, I get what you're saying, but it's the same. This is my point, and this is the only thing I say. Like the same argument that everybody, and rightfully so in many cases, but a lot of people are like, and especially in the right, and I agree with them in many cases. It's like, oh my God, slavery was 100 years ago. Get over it. You know what I mean? And I get that. But then again, it's like, yeah, okay, we're European descendants. We're like fucking 200 years ago. Get over it. Like, my point is, I'm using the same argument, which makes sense. It's like, who cares? Like, all I care is that I have an iPhone and the people around me aren't trying to rape and kill me. I don't care what fucking nationality they are. You know what I mean? Like,
I think you're atomizing too much. People are naturally collective, with the Orientals being more so, and white people and Hispanic people get along together is because the Hispanics are partially Western.
Here we go.
The reason that Europeans are having such a gigantic whiplash to Arabs is because they're a different culture, along with being a massively different ethnicity. Well, in many patriot movements, there's a lot of Hispanics. I'll fully admit that. And
yeah, we just interviewed one yesterday, Johnny Benitez. I understand, and that's my point. It's like it's really, really hard to say things like, for me anyway, it's like, oh, we want just to be 85%. It's like, no, once you start talking percentages of you start talking, it sounds like eugenics, and it's really kind of weird area for me. My thing is like, I don't care how a conservative that I like wins. I don't care if he wins because Cubans go out and vote for him. And look, put it to you this way, man. I mean, the last thing Obama did when he left office was go, oh, by the way, dry land policy for Cubans, fucking out of here, after he criticized Trump for his immigration policy, because Cubans do tend to be conservative. They are. I mean, statistically, they are. And it's because
it was only early Cubans that were.
Well, not necessarily. You'd be surprised. I mean, there's some, but any Cuban that came from Cuba, or close from Cuba, they always tend to be conservative, because it's really hard to sell socialism to a Cuban, because that ruined the country, and they lived it. So I think that's why. And even second generation, like, I'm conservative. I'm not from Cuba, but it's because I listen to the stories my grandfather said. And Cubans are a tight-knit family. It's not like a lot of single dads. All that stuff matters. So, we listen to people older than us, and I heard all the shit that went on in there, and, shit's still going on in there. So, that's why when you hear that, it's like, dude, you don't want to. I mean, how many conservatives in the fucking Senate? Cruz, fucking Rubio. There's a lot more of that than you see.
I don't find Rubio all that conservative. I'll be straight up.
I understand. Here. I'm using the term. I'm using the term as Republican. I meant to say as Republican.
Fuck Rubio. Invictus for Senate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're Invictus guys. Don't get us wrong. And he married a Spanish chick, so I'm fine with Invictus.
But yeah, Blake, I get I don't know. I guess the reason.
I understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone is just part of like a building block, but there's certain, not one size fits all, and that's one thing that America. A lot of Americans are trying to make it that way, but it's just not how things work.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but when you start hearing percentages, it kind of sounds like the alt-right Bernie Sanders, the 85% of the 70% of European nationalists. I'm like, come on, who cares? Like, I'm always a who cares guy. Like, I don't. Like, to me, the problem is that I've met too many based black guys and too many you know what I mean? Like, there's too much variety that I've met. Don't get me wrong. I get statistics and I get gun crimes and I understand all that stuff. I really do. And we make fun of it all the time. But to me, it's also like, when you boil down people to that, we're kind of doing the same thing that we complain that the left does. We're boiling everybody down to, they boil everyone down to a Nazi, or everyone's a fucking misogynist. And it's like, it's kind of like, I don't want to become them. And that's what scares me when I hear things like that.
Okay, yeah, I understand. In fact, most nationalists are rather centrist rather than right-wing or left-wing. There's a mixture of both ideologies. While I would consider myself actually like more of a libertarian, I just I consider myself a racist douchebag, if you want my precise,
But that's
precise political thing.
That to me is fair, though. See, what I have a problem in this country, and what is happening now, is I don't agree. I'm not a racist person. I don't agree with most racist beliefs. However, I also don't believe in forced diversity. I don't
agree with
believe in
that.
affirmative action. I don't believe in
I agree with that.
quotas. I don't believe in letting mass amounts of immigrants
I
in.
agree with that.
All that kind of shit I'm not down with. But I also very much agree that somebody has a right to be racist. Like, that's what's killing me in this country. Is
Oh,
that
I get that. I agree.
We're doxing and like trying to burn people's houses down, as opposed to back in the day, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's just old man so and so. He's just a fucking racist asshole. Don't listen to him.
so-and-so.
You know what I mean? But now it's like this. We need to assault them every time you see them and make sure they can't have a job. And you're like, well, I mean, he's
and then
allowed to
they're
be
just making
racist.
They're making it where they can't take care of their families or anything else. So giving them no hope, it's like backing a dog into a corner.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's the thing. And then you want to, look, we don't need any more Dylan Roof situations. As long
Yes,
as you're not,
please.
as long as you're not engaging in Dylan Roof nationalism.
By the
then
way,
I'm okay with it.
By the way, I'm gonna say this again. I agree with a lot of the things you said. I hate forced integration. I believe that we should have a really tight merit-based immigration for this country. I really believe all those things. So it's not like I agree with a lot of the core things that are that. My thing is that I don't want to put numbers on things. I don't like people like, and you're right. Maybe there's a lot of centrist views, but then that leads to like a lot of social nationalism.
Well,
and
let's
you
be
know.
real too. I mean, not to sound racist myself, but if we just eliminated all the quotas and we made it a meritocracy, I have a feeling old Blake's ratios would be holding up. You know what I mean? I'm just to be fair here, we'd be importing a lot more German engineers and doctors and British engineers and it's not like we're going to be, it's not like Uganda's going to be like, well, we just sent over a boatload of surgeons.
Well, another
India
big thing is a lot of these African and Hispanic countries are suffering brain drain, like to massive scales because they're all coming to America. And one big thing that I'm sure we both can agree on is how like Indians and a lot of Orientals will come over here and on immigrant business programs, and they'll change their names or they'll go to a Commonwealth nation and sell it to their brothers. So their business is perpetually left in their family and they never get off of the governmental assistance for businesses.
Wow. That's pretty slick.
That's a really big issue around here because in the Midwest they like to buy up gas stations, and I know there's one Indian who's basically lived off of governmental welfare in this sense, and he owns 27 different gas stations.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and I'm with you, and I think we should end welfare programs like that. But to me, it has nothing to do with whether they're Indian or not. I'm for slashing all that shit. Like, so for me, it's like I'm more of a fucking slash all that thing because I don't want them to have it, and I also don't want some fucking white hillbilly with 78 kids. That's my point. It's like I want all that shit cut. So I agree with you there.
And I agree with cutting all that stuff too, because everybody always says like, well, if we cut all these programs, how will people eat? And it's, I've been on my own before, and I've seen other people that are out like literally living day to day, broke on their own, no parents or anybody to help them, and they survive. If you take away somebody's welfare or something like that, it's not like they're just going to sit there, wither away, and die. They adapt. They find a job. They find a way to. They go fucking hunt scrap metal and they cash that shit in. Put in a few hours of work.
I've been in that position before.
Yeah, and I'm sure, I'm sure you stole a few shopping carts, sold them for scrap, and got yourself a McDouble. But I'm sure you didn't stand on a line and go, "Where's my free? Give me that."
Right.
Not that level, but I've definitely scrapped before. But yeah, I talked with the Red Elephant guy, Vince, and he proposed that if, as you said, the ratios, you want them a little bit more my way, you cut a lot of these welfare programs. I mean, even it destroyed the black family. It's destroying the white family because the state's the daddy.
That I agree with. Yeah, no, and that's why I think the alt-right and us alt-right cucks, as people like to call us, get along so well, because we agree on certain things,
Yeah.
which is that welfare destroys the family. You know, the government education destroys, pretty much intelligence. There's so many things that destroy and degrade traditional family structure and the individual itself, that it's like we can get along on certain things, because it's like, look, you can say, oh, you're racist, you want these no, I just want to slash these programs and let the strong, out survive the weak. Because some of us will still figure
before
out.
all these welfare programs, like 30% of immigrants went back. Like,
You see
those
what I
were
mean?
Europeans. So, like, most people who went to America didn't stay in America, and the whole time it's been a colonial or a nation.
Yeah, I get it, but my thing is that I hear what you're saying. I really do. But I've been through really shitty black neighborhoods, and I've been through some really shitty trailer parks. And honestly, the only difference I really see is the fucking melanin in their skin, and the gun violence. I would also give you that. Yes.
I'm pretty ghetto guy. I've lived in all kinds of hood ass areas, from trailer parks all the way to the ghetto. I'm slightly more scared than the black ghettos. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
But
why I said
a-
gun violence.
But that's a tribal. That's again going back to his point.
Because-
There are tribal things about people.
You don't have to worry about the ghetto in Tampa anymore because we're releasing Kevin Spacey. Remember, he's taking them all out. We already have our fucking 5-point plan. All right, it's gonna happen.
I'm just saying, if you offered a couple of people in like real project housing, like black ghettos, a chance to live in a trailer park, they'd snatch it up in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
it's still bad, but it ain't
I
that bad.
know. I've lived in a trailer park one time with me and my ex-wife, and while I was in high school, which was down the road from it, there was 4 meth fires. So I've seen scummy ass white people. Don't get me wrong.
They do exist. So what are you promoting right now?
Yeah, what do you want to plug?
What do I want to plug? Obviously, my show on TRS, Identity Dixie, and Radio Werewolf, most of all, because, my homie Dion produces my show. I sell T-shirts. I'm sure you can put those in the link for me when the show actually comes out.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Right?
Yeah, no, we'll do that. It's no problem.
And then
But
I
it is.
also
You
have
can look up.
PayPal.
You also can look up Wolfman's activism on Teespring, I think, and it'll pull up his whole store.
Okay,
Just trying to help
now-
people out that are only listening.
I have to ask a question, and since you base things on looks, I have to ask a question. Do you or have you ever liked Linkin Park?
Have I ever liked Linkin Park? When I was like 13,
Okay.
I felt like being that edgy white kid.
How old are you?
Okay?
Now? By the way, I meant to ask you, how old are you now?
23.
Okay, you're young. I was going to say you look like a Limp Bizkit fan, but you're too young to be that. All right, no, that's cool. I was just
Well,
curious.
First off, you said Linkin Park. For a Limp Bizkit fan, I am.
I knew it.
Nationalism, homie.
But you were young. No, but 23-year-old though.
Yeah,
That's,
but
you're
dude,
young
it
to
doesn't
be a
matter.
Limp Bizkit
Chocolate
fan.
Starfish and a hot
Chocolate
dog flavored water.
I
is
get
a
it.
timeless album.
It is.
It's a masterpiece.
Sir Fred Durst.
Yes.
Hey man, Blake.
It's a very epic album.
Thanks for being on, dude. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. You want to? It's also at Blake_Luca on Twitter. If you guys want to follow him. Again, thank you so much for
Later,
coming
dude.
on, man.
Appreciate it.
Hell yeah, make me internet famous.
We will do our very best, but we got to do it first.
Yeah, we're still trying to
We're
do
trying.
it.
Later.
Dude, I like
and that was
Blake.
Blake. Yeah, he was good. No, I will say this. Unlike Hank you, I can have a fucking reasonable conversation. He's not trying to dress up in a Confederate outfit while I'm talking to him.
And I'll honestly, I will even go so far as to say that I looked at Blake Luca's store and I looked at some of the shirts and stuff. He actually has some really sharp stuff, but I can't wear it because it's really Nazi. Like it's not like there's no obvious symbolism, but it's his imagery and his vibe. It's one of those shirts that would get me. If I'm living in Florida, I would get killed wearing it.
Now, there's something that we wanted to do yesterday, and we didn't finish doing it. We only got 3 minutes in, and I think it's really important
This
that we
fucking guy
Yes.
again. Oh, Amos Yee, I like to fuck a kid.
So we could either pick off where we left off, or we could go back to the beginning. We only got 3 minutes in. It's up to you, but we need to do this.
Yeah, tell us what you got, fucking short round. What do we got?
On pedophilia. I've made videos and tweets about this topic before, but I don't think that the points I made previously will be as...
By the way, previously on Revenge of the Sith, Mike and I butted heads and both said he looked like the guy who played Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat. Yes. Mike called him Short Round.
Yes. Dr. Jones!
We're just trying to make sure if anyone wasn't listening yesterday, we want to make sure you know these jokes have already been made.
I want you to know I finger bang a 9-year-old, Dr. Jones.
clear as the ones that I will make in this video. And also at that time, I went around calling everyone a fascist for those who disagree with me. Yeah, I don't think I should have done that. It seems pretty dickish. So if people want to most accurately represent...
You know what's more dickish? Saying pedophilia is all right.
My position on this issue, cite this video. Take this video as
By the way, my position on this issue is on top of a child.
far better draft 2. Let's begin.
Okay. Preamble.
First, we need to agree on just one thing.
By the way, it's good that he moved 10 feet in a studio apartment to a different room. So it looked like he had production value.
Time to switch sets. Let's set the locations.
That sexual abuse is not determined by age, but instead on whether or not the relationship involves consent. Most people would make the absolute broad generalization that any kid that is below the age of 12 are not able to consent to sex.
Yeah, I'd say most of us make that generalization.
By the way, and it's age 12, go a little higher, homeboy.
And let's be real here. When it comes to, don't generalize. Fine, I won't generalize. But you can generalize kids. You know why? Because they're not people.
No.
They're little shits. They're not human. They're just little shits. And I don't mean that in a bad way. We're supposed to protect them and make them smarter and stronger for the next generation. But don't, kids can be generalized. It's fucking, they're cattle.
If you leave a baby alone, it'll die. All right?
That's generalizing.
You have to
Royce.
you raise them.
You don't know it. Like, not every baby dies.
Every baby would die if you left it alone.
Whatever.
Except maybe Superman. Maybe.
But then one day, a 42-year-old adult comes along.
But then one day, I fuck a kid. I mean, somebody else come along and fuck a kid.
Guy named Todd fuck kid.
Guy named Asian Todd.
He fuck kid.
And says that while he was 10 years old, he had a perfectly consensual sexual relationship with a 30-year-old adult.
Yeah, when I was 10 years old, I stuck a toothbrush up my ass and tried to fuck a thing of Play-Doh.
Yeah, by the way, I don't like the fact that Liu Kang has taken fatalities up to a whole new level.
Oh, God, no. You know these are babe-alities with him.
Liu Kang's new fatality in the Mortal Kombat, you don't do it. Because if you even do the fatality, the FBI will kick your door.
If you do the fatality, he actually does the old babe-alities, and then he fucks the baby.
10-year-old him was not traumatized afterwards. The relationship was perfectly fine and consensual, and both of them enjoyed the sexual relationship. So do you think that that kind of relationship should not happen?
Yes!
Yes. The answer is yes.
Why you be so hypocritical? You're just generalizing. A lot of people here like to fuck a baby.
The child was below 18, that relationship that was perfectly harmless should be considered child rape?
Yes. Hold on, couple things. You went from 12-year-old to 18. No, we've already said this. If a 19-year-old is banging a 16-year-old, we get it. Who cares? Like, you just got out of high school. Maybe I get that. We're not talking about that, sir, or whatever you are.
I like a fuck a baby with my smaller penis. I fuck a little girl because I want to somebody to experience feeling of my penis.
No, that's absolutely ridiculous. Nobody was harmed.
Yes.
And this is not a fantasy.
The child was harmed.
You fucking bag of shit.
You piece of garbage.
You fucking human waste that got political asylum in America.
And this is what you came and you did?
Oh, me just an innocent Asian man with the Asperger's.
Story that I just pulled out of my ass. There are numerous stories.
Or what did you put in a kid's
ass? I
ass?
remember this ancient tribe on this island that fucks kids.
Yeah, this is ancient tribe. Amos Yee is 19 years old, by the way. He's 19.
Good.
Of children below the age of 12 who have...
Yeah.
We're helping other people build a couple of channels and stuff behind the scenes, doing some work with folks. Why don't we help? Why don't we build the next podcast? They're going to shoot way past us anyway. Ye and you. Bam.
I like it.
We'll call it Ye You.
Hank Yu and Amos Yee.
Together at last.
I think that would be great.
Dressed up like fucking George Washington, fucking kids all willy-nilly. Not knowing how to work their webcam.
And I would have played the "Thank you for your service" video, but I can't unless we get a donation.
Yeah,
You know that.
donations
Them's the
only.
rules, bro. Them's the rules. All right, let's keep going.
Mutually beneficial relationships, sexual relationships with adults. So
It's
if you
okay.
agree that
In
kind
my
of
native
relationship
Singapore,
should be
we pick up an
completely fine
8-year-old girl and use her like a pocket pussy. It's
and
okay.
illegal, then you should also agree that every relationship between a child and an adult is all right as long as it involves consent. Let's.
The problem is, idiot, 10-year-olds like your example that you used think they're fucking astronauts.
Yeah, hey, do me a favor, FBI, NSA, if you're watching, and we know you are, can someone call the police? Tell them that fucking Liu Kang over here is fucking kids. All right, please, for just to get it off our conscience. I don't need I don't need data from the Goonies giving kids nightmares. Fucking calm down there, Tokyo Drift. Stop fucking children.
Continue.
You know what he is? He's like that guy that like he just wants to. If you guys leave enough comments on his video normalizing pedophilia, this guy is going to fuck a kid. Mark my words. This guy is like the dude that gets off of work and goes to the bar, meets a couple of his friends, and is like, "Yeah, I mean, but I mean, you guys cheat on your wives, right?" Like, he's just feeling people out. He just needs 2 friends to go, "Yeah, bro, cheat on your wife," and he's like, "Ah, cool." He just needs enough guys to go, "Yeah, fucking kids. I don't know what the big deal's about."
On pedophilia.
Now, I'm absolutely certain that we should not discriminate against pedophiles. Our society's
Well, that makes one of us.
treatment of pedophiles is inhumane and horrendous. Oh my gosh.
Videos like this.
You know what's inhumane and horrendous?
Fucking kids.
Yeah.
Pedophile is simply
You know what?
defined.
It's really hard to go.
Well, he's really hard right now.
It's really hard to go from a segment with Blake Luca advocating maybe a majority in this
I'm going to
country,
agree with you on this.
and then go to a video like this.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with. I'm still sticking with merit-based immigration. What does this guy offer us? What does this baby fucker offer us?
As an individual.
Allegedly, baby fucker.
Individual who has a sexual attraction to children.
Who's we
That's
call it
it.
in England a paedophile.
It doesn't mean he's going to molest children.
I thought they called it Gary Glitter in England.
It doesn't even mean he's going to act upon his sexual urges. All he has is the non-violent sexual attraction to children.
Is it
If
racist
you
that
have to
I've seen too many 80 movies and I really just assume this kid knows karate?
Oh, he knows karate.
Like he just looks like one of those guys in a leather jacket in 80s movies that hops off like a rice burner
He
bike.
looked like when he
and
was
he's
like,
whoa.
when he would have been a stand-in karate guy for one of the 3 ninjas.
Yeah, like this guy looks like he should be jumping off one of those like Kawasaki ninja bikes, grabbing a briefcase, kicking somebody, and then just speeding off on the bike.
desire to rape children, then yeah, that's bad. But most pedophiles,
But
like
fucking them consensually, huh?
I don't like extra in a John Woo movie.
Now we're talking.
most people do not want child
You're right.
abuse.
This video needs more doves and 2 guns. Pew, pew.
Okay, buddy. I'm going to tell you what. Let's do an experiment. This experiment's going to be awesome. All right.
Wait, we're still on the John Woo thing, or are we gonna rip this kid's face off?
And then bullet time. The Matrix steal bullet time from him.
I
pretend
thought
like it
you were
was
gonna
there.
switch on my face with a Nicolas Cage. No, we just boiled it, and we're gonna leave you to die painfully.
So here's what we're gonna do. Let's play a game. If you really think that it's no problem, it's non-violent, should be no problem. Okay, go and try to fuck. We said 12. Okay, 12. A 12-year-old girl in front of her dad, and see if he doesn't fucking kill you. And then the police go, he fucking came at you, right?
Yeah, dude, you'd be surprised. Cops will help you plant a weapon.
If you, well, yeah, we had this story I have here too. So let's play that, because what do you say to natural instinct to any parent who would fucking murder you if you try to do that to their child?
Yeah,
and rightfully so.
We had a cop in high school who beat up my friend's sister, and she got a police report. He came, and he gave us all instructions on how to lure this guy into an ass beating. Trust me, cops don't like you. He did that for a domestic violence call when he saw her eye. Imagine what he does when he sees a kid's bloody asshole. Trust me, that cop will shoot him for you and be like, he came at me, boss. My body camera's not working.
Most pedophiles and people in NAMBLA absolutely
Need to be fucking
condemn
gassed?
rape and child abuse. Whether you were biologically born with that sexual orientation or you were influenced by your surroundings, if you just have the desire to have a perfectly consensual sexual relationship with a child, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And pedophiles, like the LGBT community, seem to exist in very significant numbers in society.
So he's admitting that in the LGBT community, pedophiles exist greater than in other communities. So he's trying to say that's a good thing? I'm really seriously, that's what he's saying. So he's trying to say that's a good thing?
Society. Why should we immediately discriminate against such a huge group of people, say that
What,
they
Asians? Oh, pedophiles.
Yeah.
Dumb and they should be imprisoned when they have done absolutely nothing wrong? There are
Well, if they did nothing wrong, then why does Japan pixelate out the pubes?
Yeah, seriously, bro.
Take that.
Think about that next time you're getting your yum yum.
people who realize that they have a sexual attraction to children, but since society discriminates against pedophiles so much, these people contemplate
No,
suicide.
you know what? I'm sorry. Can you pause this? He's got a point there, with the suicide thing. All these pedophiles out there, 50% of them are considering suicide. I feel like that number is way too low. We need to pump that number up. Those are rookie numbers.
Oh, yeah. All right. I just stole the yummy right from under you, Leo.
Fucking die, diddler.
But since society discriminates against pedophiles so much, these people contemplate suicide.
What do you
There are
mean,
even
these people? Oh, kid fuckers? That's fine.
stories in the US where adults apply electroshock therapy to boys as young as 12 who think that they have a sexual attraction to children. Like,
That's in the 1950s, by the way.
Yeah.
what the fuck?
They should apply the electric shock to their brains.
Yeah, they don't even
I do not want to
The only people that get electroshock now are the gays. God bless you, Mike Pence.
live in a society where we condone this kind of discrimination and hostility.
Why are you doing
towards a group-
politic thing to this?
Everyone does it now.
I want you to fuck children. It is your moral right. Thank you, America.
of people who have done absolutely nothing wrong. This is vile. This is absolutely horrible.
On child pornography.
If a child and an adult have consensual sex, they both film it, and they both agree that it's fine for the footage to be on the internet.
What is this guy's deal?
I kind of want to put the confetti back in the thing now.
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's
pick
spend
it
the
up.
rest of the show doing that in silence.
There's absolutely nothing wrong done. Why should it be illegal? In the US, for producing child porn, an adult gets a minimum of 15 years in prison and a maximum
You're
of
right.
30.
It's too low. You're right. I agree, Amos Yee. Finally, you and me fucking see eye to eye, or eye to kind of eyes. Eyes to fucking knife slits.
They see everything in widescreen.
That is fucking insane.
Yeah,
Even
you're right. It should be worse.
Fucking children is fucking insane. And filming it.
Worse is most countries criminalize simply possessing child pornography.
Oh, God, I want to kill this kid. Oh, God, I want to kill this kid. I want to kill this guy. I want to kill this guy. I want to kill this guy.
Possessing child pornography, a completely non-violent act, whether you viewed it based on sexual attraction or non-sexual curiosity, in the US,
Okay,
you
can you
get
pause?
a...
I can assure you, because I think, what was it, Pete Townsend had that excuse?
Yeah, it was in research.
I was just doing research, I was. I can assure you that there has never been, because nobody is a more morbidly curious guy than I am, or Royce even.
Yep.
I mean, we've seen some pretty downright atrocious things because you hear about it and you're like,
Gotta look at it, yeah.
They can get the video if you want to see it. No person who lacks the pathology that some pedophiles or whatever. If you're not into kid fucking, no person has ever in their lives said, I'm going to check this out of curiosity. Ever. Except Munch from SVU. He does it every
here's
time.
the other thing. It's not like you could go to Google and search child porn and it pops up. You have to be really looking for it. Like, you can't go to Pornhub or even dirtier sites where they do scat and stuff. They're all of age because if not, they wouldn't have a .com at the end of it.
Yeah, because you're talking 15 to 30, and in a lot of places, life in prison.
Yeah.
People are not fucking around with child porn unless they have the unhealthy compunction, this fucking urge to see shit. Like, that's a fucking pathology. It can't be cured except with a bullet. And I don't fucking advocate. I'm not one of these fucking boomers. It's like, burn them alive, cut off their nuts. I don't seek vengeance against these people, but I don't seek vengeance against cancer. But if cancer is killing somebody I care about, in this case, our children, then I'm all for killing the cancer. I don't have a beef with cancer. Cancer just can't exist unless you want to die.
Minimum of 5 years in prison and a maximum of 15. What the fuck? And even if I gave you the benefit of the doubt and said that, okay, all child sex is rape, and so all child pornography is essentially footage of rape, it
is though, right?
Wrong to upload or view footage of child rape? No. Now, people might argue that the reason why footage of child porn
let's
or
get
child
something
rape
straight,
should be
fucko.
banned is because having it on the internet would promote such behavior.
Wouldn't it, though?
Now, that could be argued yay or nay. I've got arguments for both. I mean, I don't want to get into that. It just should never be a thing. I think that we've obviously we already have too much degeneracy and celebrate it. I'll put it this way. If child porn were available in the way that drugs were, let's say, and it wasn't celebrated, I don't think any more or less people would view child pornography because it would be, again, that's an unhealthy fucking urge, an impulse that is inhuman to have. So the same amount of people would want to do it. At the same time, it would be normalizing it, which is the next step to celebrating it, as we've seen with other movements. And then it would be, look, it's already happening, dude. They got an 8-year-old drag queen. They got all this the 9-year-old trans kid on Nat Geo. They're doing it, bro. People like this are part of a concerted effort to normalize this shit.
Salon.
And this is the whole problem with the left and with liberalism and with degeneracy, is that it all started off. And I took part in it. I was a liberal in my 20s.
Me too.
I took part in I do drugs, and I'm a womanizer, and I'm a piece of shit. And I don't want people to judge me for those things. So if you're into beating your girlfriend, or this guy does this thing, or, this guy likes to, pressure straight guys and having sex with him even though he's not, he's gay, like all that kind of shit. I never judged anybody. I was like, hey, you do your thing, you do mine, whatevs. And now it's that kind of thinking is fucking poisoned it. And now we've graduated to the level where this little chink is fucking talking shit about how it's okay to fuck kids. And we gave him political asylum.
However, the fact is, there really is no evidence that there's a link between watching violent footage and an
rip his heart out
increase
like
in
Kano.
violent crimes. And if there is, please show it to me. It's kind of
watching violent footage, and this is not the same as playing GTA. You're trying to make this false comparison. It doesn't make any sense. The problem is that I mean, from what I've seen, when the dark web and shit, they trade the fucking pictures of new ones. Like, it's like baseball cards. You're not just gonna go, okay, I have all my baseball cards. You're gonna want new ones.
Yeah, you would be contributing to that industry.
Yeah.
And I mean, I use the drug comparison again. The reason why drug addicts don't get charged for life, for contributing to what the cartels do, is because what they're doing is not so revolting, disgusting, and downright disturbing that to warrant a 5 to 15 to 20-year sentence. Like, if you get caught with heroin, that heroin probably killed some people getting to you. But that's not the same as wanting to watch a child get fucked. That's why it's such a stiff penalty, because, oh, no, what's the problem? Oh, 20% of people pedophile. Good. 80% of us are so fucking revolted by that thought that you're lucky we don't just curb stomp you. You
Like the
fucking
people
commie
who
piece
say
of
that
shit.
having the death penalty helps reduce crime, or banning violent movies helps reduce violence. Like, it seems like there would be a logical connection, but
The problem with violent movies is that they're movies and no one's actually getting shot, no one's actually getting killed, no one's actually getting hurt. See, that's the difference. You fucking moron. It has nothing to... You're comparing two things that have nothing to do with each other. You're 19 years old, and I don't care what country you're from. No 19-year-old knows fucking anything. And you're part of that. You're a fucking stupid 19-year-old who, I don't know why we get political asylum to, is hanging out here on our dime, I fucking bet you.
Oh, I bet he's getting all kinds of give-me-dats.
Yep. And then there's people defending him. That's what disgusts me. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to read some comments because I think it's important you know that it's not just, oh, this crazy guy. This guy's 57,000 subscribers, people. This isn't somebody who's like a little nobody, you know?
But the fact is, there's absolutely no evidence to show that there is a connection. Uploading and watching footage of real violence should not be illegal. Similar to how you should not be sent to prison if you see footage of a reporter getting beheaded by a Muslim. It doesn't mean you want to conduct violence when...
Here's the difference, though. You are admitting that those things are terrible, but you're not admitting that child sex is. Do you understand that? Do you get that? Or are you that fucking stupid?
Oh, me so horny.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't think about that.
When you watch footage of real violence, it just means that you might have a curiosity at how horrible human beings can be.
Like you?
Like you.
That's why we're watching this video, because we have a curiosity about how horrible people can be.
Bottom line,
Particularly
producing
Asians.
and uploading footage of child porn should be absolutely fine.
Child
and
porn is
legal.
okay.
If
Don't
you
look at my hard drive. Don't look at my Samsung device.
Want to upload and possess footage of child rape, that should be fine too. Punish the guy who actually raped the kid.
Why should you eliminate age of consent for sex?
Many people are willing to reduce the age of consent.
I want to put a bullet in
to
this kid like
whatever-
that fucking. Remember the Vietnam picture of the fucking the Viet Cong officer taking a bullet? That's what I want to do. I want to fucking hold a gun to this dude's face while he winces, knowing it's coming.
subjective opinion they have on how much brain development a child should have before they are capable of consenting to sex, whether that age be 12, 13, or 14.
It's fine, whatevs. Whatevs. Let's have no fucking standards in society.
Now, I
It's
would
fine.
argue and ask, why do you think that kids and babies aren't able to consent to sex?
Because they're kids and babies. Because human biology shows that, especially if you haven't hit puberty yet, your body is not ready to have sex.
Why are you so Victorian about sex?
It's not Victorian. It's science. Like
You're so prudish.
You can't. The body isn't ready for it.
Give me
It's
a hand job right now with your tiny hands.
Here's a real question: why is it you needed to be okay to fuck a 12-year-old? That's what's weird. When you're fighting so hard for this, it really sends up red flags, right? Right?
Yeah. It's again, this is the guy who goes to a bar and goes, "You guys all cheat on your wives, right? Huh? Anyone? Because I really
Babies
want fucking
consent
blowjob from
to
Karen and
sucking their
accounting."
To sleeping, to choosing the fire truck over the Hello Kitty during play.
Because those are toys and they don't have to shove them in their asses, vaginas, and mouth.
Oh,
And
maybe that's not how you play with toys.
Sucking a thumb is something a child does. Look, sucking a thumb. She's talking about babies, toddlers. Sucking a thumb is something that kids do instinctively because they're teething, and it's a comfort for them. It's not a comfort for them to get an old man's dick with pubes in it in their face. Do you understand that? That there's a fucking difference? Do you want no morals? You just want fucking everyone running amok?
They are perfectly able to show approval.
Why hasn't? Can I ask a question? Why hasn't BBC Pigeon done a story about this guy yet? The man, him talking about fucking babies, man. Him running around looking like the kid from Raiders of the Lost Ark, trying to fuck me kids.
Red Stripe.
Batty boy trying to touch me little nephew.
Rode the boat. Fuck the kid. Fuck the kid.
They're born. If a baby is curious about a man's genitals and he comes over and plays with it, that is a sexual act.
And the man should say, "Stop it. You're a baby." And then teach the baby why that's wrong. That way he understands if a stranger comes up and tries to fuck his mouth, he shouldn't let him.
Has anybody had a kid grab their junk or bump into their junk or something like that? Like just something where a kid was in front of you or
Of
whatever.
course,
Or
yeah.
even having
I've been elbowed in the balls by kids.
having
it
a
hurts.
kid sit on your lap.
Oh, hurts.
Sir. And this is from somebody who's actually suffered from abuse. No decent, normal human being considers any contact with a child to be a sexual act. That has never, ever
Whoa.
crossed any normal person I know's mind.
Ack said in the chat, she's a self-admitted commie, this is free speech, though, and sharing of an opinion. Let's shut this guy up because I disagree with him. Same with the Nazis. No one's shutting him up.
No, we're just making fun of his stupid haircut,
He
his
has
autism, and all that
every
shit.
right to say what he...
Who's shutting him up?
Whoa, let's be clear here.
Who's this dumbass?
Oh, that's okay. Let's give him benefit of the doubt. They're listening. That's okay. We're not shutting anybody up. Let him say whatever he wants to say. And what we're going to do is we're going to make fun of him. We're going to call him a creep. We're going to call him a fucking moral zero.
Yeah.
We're going to make fun of his accent. We're going to make fun of his eyes.
Yeah.
We're going to make fun of everything about him. We're going to make fun of the two little wall hangers on the wall behind him that he gave up on trying to put a picture up and instead hung it on the window behind him. We're going to do that instead. Yeah,
oh
no,
my
I'm
God,
obsessed.
that's funny.
I'm obsessed.
Oh my God, that's
I'm
hilarious.
obsessed.
But yeah, no, we'll make fun of his little gook eyes and his
Yeah.
desire to fuck kids and all that other shit.
Yeah.
But we're not going to burst into his living room like fucking Loomer and Pussy.
No.
Ah, shut this plane out.
No, he can say whatever he wants.
We're just going to make fun of the fact that he's chinky human garbage.
I mean, if you want your kid to hang out with this guy, go for it. I'm not stopping you.
And by the way, I didn't say anything against free speech, but I did say that our fucking government shouldn't have granted this guy fucking asylum, and probably I'm going to guesstimate about $1,200 a month and give me that.
Again, merit-based. Thank you very much.
That is completely fine and harmless. Why should there be a problem with
Why
that?
I can't touch a baby pee-pee? I want it in my mouth.
So I disagree that babies and kids aren't able to consent to sex. But even if I give it to you...
One time I fuck a baby in the back of a Daewoo in my home country.
What was that pedophile? What was that? Not pedophile. This guy's the pedophile. What was that? The transracial guy. What was he driving around in a tuk-tuk? You think this guy's riding around in a tuk-tuk in San Francisco where he
I
probably
drive
lives?
a tuk-tuk around and I run a delivery service to a daycare center.
Somebody tell me. Can someone in the chat tell me where this guy lives? I'd love to know. Like what city? I'm just curious.
All children below the age of 12 aren't able to consent to sex. Does that mean that we should just reduce the age of consent to 12 and not eliminate age of consent laws entirely?
Listen
No.
here, shithead. The laws, if anything, aren't stiff enough. Now listen up, fucking bad kid from Karate Kid Part 2. The worst Karate Kid, by the way.
It was. At least 3
Fucking-
had Dynatox.
Oh, I want this guy to just fucking, I want to lock him in a shipping container like I'm sure he got over here on and send him back and forget to poke air holes in it. So he could die
see, and
so he
this is-
can die like those prostitutes from The Wire in season 2.
It's where the pretty nuanced thinking comes in, so brace your brains. There is a clear
Now
distinction.
you want to be condescending, motherfucker?
Emmanuel in the chat says, Amos, it's okay to play ping pong with a child's ding dong.
Okay, guys, now look, you have such a tiny brain, and I'm so smart. Try to wrap your head around this. Okay, how about we fuck the kids? Eh? We fuck a kid.
No.
With our penis, we put it inside a kid. This guy's like the fucking. Remember the guy that used to do the infomercials late at night? Huh? How come you so stupid? I so smart. I own a yacht and I fuck a baby. How come you don't fuck a baby? You need to learn a real estate.
Oh, these women are my wife.
Send me money now. I show you how to fuck a baby.
Between a person who is able to consent
an adult?
and the ability to be allowed to engage in consensual.
I'll give this guy this. If you got one of them weird progeria diseases and you're like you look like a baby, It's fucking open season. Game on. If you're a fucking weirdo, but you're like, okay, you're like one of these fucking midget person, but looks like a child, dude, fucking yeah. Home run. Go for it. If you're a 27-year-old weird midget.
No. Even still, no. Their hands, midgets' hands are weird. I don't like them.
No, I don't want to do it. What I'm saying is you can do it.
Let's deport midgets too.
Let's get rid of all.
Send them
How
back.
about this?
Where are they from?
Why don't we deport all the kids in this country? Then we'll solve the pedophile problem overnight. Is that how it works?
A child is not able to consent to sex below the age of 12, but say the impossibility happens and an 11-year-old consents to sex.
No,
is
here's
that
the
fine?
thing. Here's why none of your arguments work, you fucking socialist piece of shit, commie, fucking chinko, gooky guy. Here's why your logic.
A lot of adjectives.
This is why your entire video is horseshit. Because every one of your premises are premises that don't exist. You can't start any argument with, okay, let's just say a 10-year-old have a consensual sex with a 47-year-old man. No, we won't say that.
We can't start there.
So don't
We're
even
not-
get to fucking phase B.
We're not at a commonplace there. You're not meeting us in the middle.
That's like literally if I started every argument with go, okay, let's just say that we breathe a methane gas instead of oxygen.
We don't, though.
If we had the more methane in the atmosphere, we would be healthier.
Oh, that explains why China is so healthy now. Now I get it.
Absolutely. Furthermore, if an adult has non-consensual sex with a 11-year-old child...
For instance, let's say that a dog poop is a really frozen yogurt.
It's not, though.
And you were to put some crushed up Heath bar on it.
Ooh, that sounds
Could
good
you
now.
eat the dog poo?
Yeah, if it was frozen yogurt, sure.
Exactly. See, Amos Yee, win again. I'm so smart.
Eliminating age of consent laws would not let the adult get away because there are already rape laws. So there is absolutely no logical connection that eliminating age of consent laws would increase
I don't
sexual
get it.
violence.
Is this kid
Fascist.
Is he in college and is he on the debate team and he just drew a really shitty short straw situation?
Yeah, I know. You have to defend pedophilia. Oh, fuck.
Okay, guys, debate team this week. No, I guarantee you, he's in a debate class where the professor's fucking his female opponent. And he's like, all right, guys, this week it's our final. We're going to be doing pedophilia. So, Katie, you're going to be anti-pedophilia. Amos Yee, you're going to be pro-pedophilia. We'll see you Monday.
And go.
And this kid, like all Asians, cannot get a B. He's at home going, well, what if an 11-year-old give a consent?
Because
Huh?
there will still
And then he
be-
suck on my pee-pee.
Rape laws to protect children from abuse. If you cite anecdotes of children who, at ages 9 or 10, had sex with an adult and then became traumatized.
I want to know. All I can think about now is this horrible college professor who's smashing the shit out of this hot girl named Katie, and he keeps putting these two up against each other every week now. All right, next week we're going to have another debate, Katie versus Amos Yee again. This week we're going to talk about whether or not Timothy McVeigh was a hero. Katie, you're going to be against Amos. Bring your A game next week. Pro Timothy McVeigh argument.
Here are the comments. Nice. There. To be fair, there's a lot of people saying, "Are you fucking out of your mind?"
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying.
Here's an idea: delete all that lowly shit off your hard drive, you sick fuck. Wow, I'm actually pretty happy with some of these comments.
He sounds like a guy on trial for his own kid fucking. But let's just say, for instance, okay, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what if a 11-year-old consensually put my penis in her mouth after she fall asleep?
Now, I'm just a small-town Asian lawyer.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, my God. There's a bunch of his fans who are just heartbroken by it. Heartbroken.
They should be. Honestly, if we came on this, well, actually, this show's not a good
My
example.
favorite comment, nigga, you a pedo. I swear to God, that's my favorite comment.
That's great.
That is my favorite comment of all time.
Yeah, dude. There's no amount of. Again, there are these indefensible things that people will put feelers out, and you know right away that they're that thing. Like it's like if I just went to like my job or something, like, hey, you guys hate all the blacks, right? What? Anybody else? No. I wasn't saying I am. I just
sorry, Blake, we can't hire you.
Comment. Sorry, but we're gonna need team players here at Quiznos. We
don't give that oven license to anybody.
Yeah. Okay. We fucking stoke the fires that bake our subs.
Yeah.
We don't stoke the fires of hatred in this country.
Hey, at Burger King, it's have it your way, but don't get carried away. Get out of here. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Is it time to Shill?
Yeah, National Take a Hike Day, so you guys can fucking take a hike. And Patreon.com. I always want to say Patron.com. Patreon.com / We're Not Sorry. PayPal.me / We're Not Sorry. Subscribe. Get us on Roku. Rate us on Roku. Rate us on iTunes. Spread the love and get people on the show. We're coming back Monday. Big stuff
now
planned.
to clean up confetti. Right here, guys.